Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode number 109. So I'm reviewing the 899th episode of the anime, Defeat is Inevitable, the Strawman's Fierce Attack, and the 953rd chapter of the manga, A Fox of a Single Disguise. This episode adapted pages 12 through 17 of chapter 912 of the manga. Picks up where last week's episode left off, with Zoro, Luffy, Otama, and the dog being chased by the giant Strawman. And basically, Zoro telling Luffy, protect the girl, I will take care of this. And that he did. Took off top part of his cloak, and apparently took up his, outer cloak. And the one basically shows off is, basically going shirtless, because that's how he fights. And he, instead of using his classic three-sword style, he just uses two swords. I don't know why he couldn't just summon the thing, but you remember reading this when it originally came out. Even a puzzle, like, okay, was the reason why he couldn't use the three swords? I don't know. Basically, battling back and forth, slicing the thing, of course, also whenever he hits the thing in the body. Basil Hawking transferred the ability to, the injury to one of his subordinates, which is a very strange power, and makes him a very terrible boss. Yep, trying to use the bat, which has, this straw hat thing has got the straw man has got like a bat with nails on it. When I saw this thing, I'm like, man, this reminded me so much of the nails thing. It reminded me of the weapon used by the wrestler Abyss, which is known as Janus. Yeah, that's what we call the damn thing. And that thing had a lot more nails than this thing it did. This looks like a regular baseball bat covered with nails, so with nails ends sticking out. Yeah. And eventually using his hand to basically try and use his little hand with the nails, try to hit Zoro. Zoro blocks it. And then it opens his mouth, and what's inside the mouth? A whole hundreds of nails. Zoro's a block good number of them. He got sliced around the eye, like just above his forehead. He got a nail in his arm. Eventually, he was able to chop off the hand of the straw that has the bat in it, and then he slices up the straw man pretty easily, and then basically gets pretty much destroyed. Basil, of course, decides to summon up a car. He says, "Oh, okay. There's the words. I'm going after them. No, they're gonna have somebody helping them, and they're gonna get away." And that's the last see of them. Of course, Zoro basically mentions what an annoying ability. Of course, takes a nail, and of course the dog keeps running because they have to take Tama to the doctor. She's really burning up. And they get to like a fork and I couldn't figure out where to go. And then someone basically says like, "We should go right, we should go right." Like, no, go left. And it's around, and it's the lady Zoro saved last episode. Actually, like 2 episodes back. Apparently, she's been hiding. Yeah, and of course, Zoro points out, like, "Have you hidden the tail all this time?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, how the heck did she get in there? That's the thing the episode is about to explain. Like, I have a tea house. Go to the left. Okay. And so we can take the doctor. Take a tea house. I have a special herb that can basically cure her of her, stuff she's basically drinking poisoned water. So they take it to the tea house, where they see like a big, we see the tea house, see like a guy eating dumplings. Yeah, these little things on sticks, little balls. I've never tried these things, so I don't know what they taste like. He eats like part of one, and he has to drop it because a big, humongous samurai, a sumo wrestler showed up. Yeah, a big, huge one. This is bigger than the other ones I've seen, basically in some footage. Normally, normally sumo wrestlers are about, I don't know, about 6, 7 feet tall. This guy looks like he's about 10 feet tall. And then basically, he tells me to say, marry me, I'll get you some, I'll make you very rich. He's like, no. And then all of a sudden, of course, the owner of course, also the tea owner also knows Tama, because first it was Otama-chan. He's like, yeah. Of course, it's like maybe she's someone who works for her. It's possible. And then, of course, they all go inside, and Zoro gives him his look with his hockey, and that spooks off the sumo wrestler. Yep. And then they go inside, and then we cut to, and then we see that apparently that the Heart Pirates have been watching them. Well, mainly the bear, I don't remember the guy's name, and a couple other guys, says we have to tell Law, like report this to Captain, like okay, and we see Trafficker Law for the first time in the series since the Zoo Island arc. Yeah, it's been that long in the anime since he's been last seen. It doesn't say anything. You only know it's him. So you see his sword, and you see he's tattooed. You see on his chest, or part of his tattoo, and looks like you see him like almost like a good visual cue of how it sort of introduced him, basically all this special cam work they do for him, and that's how the episode ends. Yep, definitely looking forward to next week. It looks like that Tama's gonna be cured of her poison water thing. Now it's on to the newest chapter of the manga. Fox of a Single Disguise, where we see Gang and I think his name is Vito. Yeah. Well, they basically try to figure out where they're gonna go. It said, "Time to hijack the enemy ship off Thriller Bark." And then now we open up with the guy who Zoro met in the last couple chapters. Apparently he runs to him and Zoro basically sees him. Goes to Bandit Bridge, sees a bunch of dead bodies, and apparently the lady who apparently knows him says, like, she just was not a child. It's like no adult pups like a fish. Well, let's talk in this chapter. Beavis gives like a bit of a backstory of about Fox and somebody else, and then we see a fox shows up. Yep. Apparently somebody covered Richmond knows. Then we see something like the flower capital, but it really isn't. First gonna eat it up, and then eventually the fox starts barking at it and bites his arm. Still lots of talking. It's about biting, like a lot about biting his arm, a little bit of progression here. It's mostly about the fox and this turtle. It's pretty much the whole thing of this chapter. Zoro is in this thing barely. He says the big guy is gone. He just left the door open and ran off. How strange. So we pursue or enter in. Past the underground chamber. And then Transpire's nail goes off. Ask about Kinemon. And apparently he knows Kamasu. He's this giant turtle guy. And they go to like this temple. And then the chapter ends basically saying that Zorotor, if your sword really is the one known as Sushi, please turn the one off. Like I said, it's mine. Then I should give you another return. The sword my late father gave to me. The Mito in Inma. The legendary sword that be the only blade that ever injured Kaido. Ooh, interesting. I mean, reading this chapter, it feels as though that not much progression happened. Just basically lots of talking. One of the characters been by Fox. And then the ending is probably by far the best thing of the chapter. Where it looks like he might get a new sword. Possibly, but who knows. But I'm going to give this chapter surprisingly at least an 8 out of 10. It's a below basically what it's been lately for this particular arc. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I have roughly, hopefully about 3 more videos today. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do Case Closed, the review of the 14th. I'll hopefully get a chance to watch it today. Because of the fact that apparently Dragon Ball Super is not uploaded yet. Next review I'm going to do, next thing we'll watch is Boruto. Yep, and if that's still in the Dragon Ball Super not uploaded by the time I watch Boruto, I'm just going to watch the 14 Case Closed film. Yep. So, see you next video, which will be Boruto, okay? But see you next video. Bye.